Good morning, guys. So, Dad and I are going on a trip. It's Saturday morning, a little after 7 o'clock. We're going south, very, very south, and we're going to get a new car. So, rented a car, and if you guys can figure out what that means, we're driving what we're getting back from Texas. So, we're going to head out here in just a minute. Get excited. I've been talking about it. COVID has definitely slowed all this process down, but Dad and I are going for a road trip. So, check back in with you guys in a little bit. Alright, so you guys can see this thing is loaded to the brim. Got some tools. Told you guys on my Instagram that I got some wheels from Brian for a new project. Well, we're going to get that new project. So, got wheels and tires here, and some tools. Got my little air compressor, flashlight. Dad got us set up with some snacks and a cooler. And yeah, this little Buick's pretty nice. But this is what we're taking. This little Buick. And it is loaded up. So, we're going to get on the road. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful sunrise. I think we're gonna have a good time.
Living up, letting go, times we might feel compelled, looking down from the heights that we have built all by ourselves. And there is fear of the unknown, but we cannot lose control when we feel like the world is against us. Do we go is a question to ask. There are so many choices that it's hard not to look past. What is real and what is fake, and the risk we have to take. Will we know what is throwing off our balance? We cannot sink into the dark. The vertigo is getting sharp. There's something greater than ourselves. That we need higher. We get built up all by. That we need higher. We get the highs that we need. That we need higher. We get built up all by. That we need higher. We get the highs that we need. The high must feel, the high must all by. The high must feel, the high must fight that we need. The high must feel, the high must all by. The high must feel, the high.
Alright, so Dad brought lunch, and we're heating it up. Meatball sandwiches on the dash while we're cruising down the road. We just did our first stop, and yeah, we're making pretty good time. But lunch is on the grill, I guess.
Yeah,
we were gonna put them on the engine, but there was no good place to really keep them from falling off. This thing's not a very big engine. So
Tell them what's got on it.
hey, that's true. It's we found out it's a little turbo 4-cylinder in this little Buick. Kind of fun.
About the size of an orange.
Yeah, it's tiny. Look at that. That's beautiful.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I think Tennessee River, I think it said. So,
Very nice.
yep. So there's lunch. Well, stop for gas second time. We are southern Arkansas now, and we've been jamming out to some stuff that Dad raised me on, like Tower of Power, Average White Band, all that stuff. So great music. If you guys don't know who that is, which you probably don't, check them out. I know that I can't let you guys listen here, but check them out. They're fun, like real party song stuff. But yeah, so looks like it's showing us to be down where we're going, just outside of Fort Worth, around like 7:45 right now. And yeah, I guess I'll check back in with you guys when we get there. Yeah, we'll do that.
Giving up, letting go. Times we might feel compelled. Looking down from the heights that we have built all by ourselves. And there is fear of the unknown, but we cannot lose control when we feel like the world is against us. Do we go is a question to ask. There are so many choices that it's hard not to look past. What is real and what is fake, and the risk we have to take. Will we know what is throwing off our balance? We cannot sink into the dark. The vertigo is getting sharp. There's something greater than ourselves.
All right, guys.
Sure about it. That could be it.
That's Daniel.
Hey, what's up?
He gave me these for that. That's right, guys. Toyota Aristo. It is a turbo model. It's got the wing, but we knew we were in the right place because this is his baby right here. Well, one of them. Crown Majesta. It's got like no miles on it, but then look, a Mark II that's like perfect.
Yep.
It's like as good as one can be. Factory aero, crazy. But obviously we gotta pop over here. So you guys would know this thing as a GS300 here in the States, but this is genuine right-hand drive. And yeah, so Daniel's gonna take us through a little bit. Dad's just checking the car out like crazy already. Can't not. So I guess we're gonna look under the hood.
Yep. I want to hear the horn. Yeah, go ahead. Help yourself.
All right. That's it.
Great. I'm gonna beep the horn. I love horns.
Wow. Those are amazingly loud.
Yep.
So yeah,
Well,
2JZ GTE twin turbo,
this one's rubbing. That's why it sounds.
automatic. Dad's already
Somebody put
diagnosing
these on.
things. So
Yeah, that's good.
but Daniel took care of it. Had a dead battery. He put a genuine Toyota battery in it for me.
Yep.
And rebuild alternator as well.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so he rebuilt the
Unfortunately,
alternator.
my skill set isn't
All right,
that
so
advanced enough to rebuild one myself.
Right. And the AC's working.
Oh yeah.
yeah, this
fantastic.
thing, he
That's
charged
one
the
thing- one thing
AC,
I want to make sure.
rebuilt the alternator for me because it wasn't really charging great, and he knew we were driving it back home, and the AC's cold. Yeah, I think I'm just super excited. I've wanted to tell you guys I was supposed to go in June, but obviously COVID and everything hit, and everything got shut down. The car was supposed to be coming from Japan. It got held up, and it's been crazy, but we got it all figured out. And you know what? This is the car. It's got old tires on it and everything. It's getting kind of dark. I'm gonna do some like a walk around video, let you guys check it out. And we're actually gonna go to dinner with Daniel. He's gonna take us somewhere. We're gonna ride in the Crown. That Crown's got like 9,000 kilometers on it. It's crazy. But he's also got another Mark II that has a VVTi 1J in it, and he's doing like a kind of a resto mod OEM plus kind of feel on it, and I think he's going to show us that if he has time. But yeah, so that was a long drive. Let's get to the beauties.
Yeah, so this one actually has a JZX 110 R154. And the swap was actually performed by a shop called Rasty in Chiba. They specialize in JZ swaps, so I want to make sure I go to the best and brightest people when it comes to swaps like this.
All right, so introduce yourself. How long have you been doing this? Why do you do it?
Do what exactly?
Import cars and stuff.
Oh, I just started recently, so I'm like.
So what got you into it?
Well, actually, yeah. So my name is Daniel, and when I got into it was after I sold my 2012 Volkswagen Golf TDI back to Volkswagen as part of the Dieselgate buyback. So after that, I wanted to dabble with JDM cars and started looking at some very nice mint examples just to make dreams come true for those that were looking for these vehicles.
Yeah, so that's awesome. And you've got your own personal car, and then you've got this thing, which is just insanely mint.
Yep.
And you're just saying it's got a newer model, R154, brand new in it.
Yeah.
And so what's the deal with this? This is cars for sale?
Yeah, it's actually for sale.
So if somebody wants to get a hold of you to like buy it, what's the best way to do so? Find you on like Facebook?
Yeah.
Would that be?
Yeah,
okay.
that, or you can just hit me, text me or whatever.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link in the description for his Facebook, and then I will put his number as well. So if you're interested in this JZX90, you can hit him up. And again, I haven't told you guys, but he has been more helpful than I can even explain. He's explained to me the whole process. He's gotten the Aristo titled already in Texas to help me out. And these are the kind of things that he can do for you guys too. So that's bugs here. So that's something that, you know, working with somebody like him, he's really into like OEM plus. He replaces, if he's going to replace something, he does it the right way. And coming from me, that's really saying something, because I'm pretty anal with that stuff. So he's worse than me. Like worse than me. He bought brand new OEM Toyota bolts to make sure they were the right ones. So very cool. Daniel, I can't thank you enough for everything you've done for me. We're gonna go to dinner, I think, and then I guess we're probably gonna go to the hotel. We've been driving all day. We're gonna do some paperwork and everything like that. You guys don't need any of that. When we're changing the wheels, I'll set everything up so you guys can check out the wheels, and we'll come back to that. But we're gonna eat. We'll see you guys soon. All right, guys. I'm fighting the fog because it's about as humid as you can imagine. I got up early this morning. We're gonna be heading back. We got to drop the other car off at the airport. You guys are getting fogged out real bad. We gotta put wheels on the car because these tires are super dry rotted. I'm gonna start doing that because you guys are fogging out. Well, we had a little issue. The front is not exactly the same as Supra, and that's how I tested these wheels, was on Michael's Supra. Well, the way that the control arm and the upright works on these cars, I guess the 10.5s are a little too wide and need like a 5mm spacer or something. So we just ended up leaving these on. They're a little dry rotted, but not terrible. It did have the original lug nuts on it, so I put my aftermarket, like, lug nuts for aftermarket wheels on them. But they are aftermarket wheels. Don't really know what the deal is with them. They don't look bad. 16-inch Blizzaks, so we'll be cruising home on Blizzaks. They weren't noisy or anything last night, so little spot right there in the paint. But really, this thing is pretty perfect, especially for, you know, 1993. But that pole works. It goes up and down. The headlights are better in this thing with the fog lights and everything than basically anything that we have right now. So at least I'll be able to see at night once we get closer to home, because it is a 13.5-hour drive home. So we'll talk to Dad here real quick, see what he thinks. What do you think, Dad?
Well, I mean, I really like the car. I mean, we have a little antifreeze leak, we noticed, but it's holding pressure overnight. And what's so funny, it's so hot here that we've been at least maybe 8 hours at least, and it was still warm this morning. So Texas has got a lot more heat than Kentucky right now. And right now it's just a little humid and stuff. So we heard a little noise in the air conditioning compressor, which we've had cars that's done that before, and it's nice and cool this morning. So we'll run it for a while and see what happens. We only have one fan belt, so we'll keep our ears open for a while, and we'll try it and see if it gets louder. We don't need it. We'll make it home. It's, how far is it home? 12, 13 hours, maybe even 14 hours, because we're not going to push it. We're going to, we don't know the car well enough. So it sounds great. Drove it last night. About 2,000 RPMs was how fast? 65, 70?
65.
Yeah, so it's easy. It's going to be an easy drive on the car. So it's a shame the tires didn't fit, because they're going to look good. And we'll just get home. That's all. It's a trip for us. I mean, that's what we do. I mean, we drove a car out to Bonneville and tuned it with spark plugs and him blasting by me. That's how we tuned it, going all the way to Bonneville. How fast did you go when you got out there?
170?
170 in the RX-7 with the, what engine is that?
RB25.
Yeah, RB25. We drove it all the way to Bonneville. We went 170, drove it home. We had like a little bit of overheating issues, a little bit of that, a little bit of that. So we're good. We'll make it.
Yeah, guys, this isn't our first rodeo on doing something silly in a car that's not necessarily tested. So Dad and I are going to get loaded up, have some breakfast, and drop the rental off. Get back on the road and push without pushing the car. All right, guys, so we're going to be heading back towards Lexington here in just a few. I got to go fill up both cars, drop the car off at the airport. I'm going to grab something to eat here in just a second. Yeah, wish us luck. All right, guys, so Dad and I looked under the car. There's a little water leak. It's coming out of the water pump. We kind of guessed this. Actually, the Daniel had a hydro pump rebuild kit, and he included it in the sale of the car. And I have an extra pump coming from Canada so that I can get all of this stuff fixed. Obviously, it's not ideal, but what Dad did, since he is the man of all knowledge,
King of Shmoo.
the king of Shmoo, we basically took the main seal off of the radiator cap so that it doesn't build nearly as much pressure, and now it's not leaking. So the car has stayed cool just to go drop the car off, so we're going to cruise probably about 70 miles an hour or however we feel comfortable. First long drive in a right-hand drive car, but I think we got this. It's fine.
Yeah, we got water too.
Yeah, we got 2 gallons of water.
So.
And so we'll just, fill it up and whatever. Here we go. Alright guys, made it home. Well, made it to the shop, and I'm beat. The GoPro died just a little bit into the drive home, and I couldn't get to the batteries, but I think you guys saw enough time lapse. We were on the right side of the car, we were driving. Good news, gutting the cap kept the car from overheating and pushing coolant out. We did, however, now figure out everything that was going to leak, because I'm pretty sure every oil leak that could be happening is probably happening. That's what happens when you have a car from 1993 and then drive it like 850 miles home. But the car did great. It rides awesome. I'm definitely going to put some coilovers on it because I can't help it. But I got some oil leaks to fix, some coolant leaks to fix, probably put a radiator in it before too long because it doesn't look great. So the next video is going to go through in detail everything that I plan to do with the car, the things that we found, kind of a plan with this car. So look forward to that. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys are as excited as I am. I am absolutely beat. It's like 12:30. We've been driving for 13 hours or something. So I'm out. See you guys soon.